The Department of Public Health and Human Services is pleased to bring you Aging Horizons. Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, fraud, legal issues, veterans benefits, and caregiving. Aging Horizons is a program dedicated to inform and prepare Montanans on these timely issues, making a difference to you and your loved ones. Here now is today's program host.
Hi folks, today on Aging Horizons we're going to be talking about respite. You might even know what that is, but it's a way to take a break when you're a caregiver and you just want to maybe go shopping, you want to run to the post office, maybe you just want to take a nap. We have a wonderful, wonderful program to tell you about with a great representative, Lifespan Respite, today on Aging Horizons. Stay with us.
Respite. It's okay to need it. It's okay to want it. Will you provide it?
The hard part about having outside help is that there's not a lot of people out there who can do that kind of work. We've been very fortunate that our Bonnie has been with us for 7 years. I don't know what I'd do without her. I need her in our lives. She's our second mother. And I can't help but think of her that way.
To find out how to change lives, including your own, call 800-224-6034 or visit respite.mt.gov.
Questions about Medicare and other types of insurance? Contact the State Health Insurance Assistance Program office to get answers to questions like, what is the difference between Medicare and Medicaid, and how do you decide if you need Medicare supplemental insurance? This insurance counseling program is not a sales program. It is available to provide answers to your insurance questions. For more information, call the State Health Insurance Assistance Program office at 1-800-332-2272.
Did you just text me?
I didn't want to disturb you if you were sleeping.
Sleeping? I'm sitting right next to you, silly.
There you are. Hey, I found a couple of Medicare helping programs online that I think we ought to look into.
It says if we qualify, we can get help paying for our prescription drugs. Oh, and there's a program that can help pay our Part B premium.
To learn more about extra help and Medicare savings programs, call your local SHIP counselor today.
Maybe I better text him.
Summer in Montana is a great time to visit your local farmer's market. Enjoy the social atmosphere while shopping for a wide variety of fresh, locally grown produce. Together with both WIC and Senior Farmers Market nutrition programs, you help feed your family 5 or more daily servings of fruits and vegetables for better health. You also help local ag producers and enhance the state's economy. So, for summer fun that's nutritious and helps Montana's economy, shop at your local farmer's market.
Hello everyone and welcome to Aging Horizons, brought to you by the Department of Public Health and Human Services. I'm your host, Kimmy Everman, and as I said in the open, we're going to be talking about respite today. Very, very important, especially if you're a caregiver, to be sure that you have a break, and that's self-care. So important. We have a really wonderful program in Montana that supports all of those things, and a wonderful representative with us here today, Vicki Clear. Vicki, welcome. We're so happy to have you.
I am excited to be here again.
Yeah. Well, and Vicki, let me just introduce you to our audience a little formally. You are the Lifespan Respite Program Director at DEEP, and we're going to clarify what DEEP is. And you've been doing this for a few years now, haven't you?
25 years in July.
Thank you for your service. So let's start, before we go any further, let's talk about what does DEEP mean, and also what is Lifespan Respite?
Well, DEEP actually stands for Developmental Educational Assistance Program. And we actually are a human service nonprofit agency. And we, Lifespan Respite is just one of the programs we have. We also work with kids and adults with intellectual disabilities. We have an autism program here that's amazing. We have it's called in-home services. We do some supervised visitation. It's just kind of a variety of really great programs in one building. Of course, I believe mine is the best because I really love it. But Lifespan Respite is actually started when I started here. They hired me to do Lifespan Respite. So it is a awesome program, and it is for any age, any need. Anyone that's a caregiver can get a lifespan respite. They can apply for a voucher that helps pay for the respite, and it gives people breaks. I really believe that a caregiver has to take a break in order to stay healthy, and we don't like to see them get sick. Or what happens if something happens to the caregiver? Then what happens to that person that you're taking care of? I mean, that's the key thing, and that I use that to tell people, to really explain they need to take a break, because it's for them and for the caregiver or care recipient. So,
and Vicki, we can't say enough about self-care, especially when, being a caregiver is a stressful. No matter how much you love or care for that person, it's still stressful and takes a toll. And so your lifespan respite program allows folks to just take a deep breath for a small amount of time every month or however they set it up. Is that correct?
Right. And some people use it weekly, monthly. Some people just need one big break a year to just get away, maybe see family that they never see any other time, So it can be whatever they choose it to be.
Okay. So, and let's talk about the voucher part of this program, because it's important, and there's been a few changes to that voucher.
Well, when we started this, way back several years ago, we did not have the voucher part, and it was hard to get people to take the respite because they couldn't afford it. And so when we started this voucher program, it made all the difference in the world. People can apply for a voucher. We've raised the amount to $700 per calendar year now. And so we are just starting into a 5-year grant, which we've never had a 5-year grant before. So this is exciting. And so this will allow people to take a break. We also have added a couple new things. We have funding for if people are going to attend support group or go to classes like Powerful Tools for Caregivers. It's, educational, and that money for respite comes out of a different pot of money so that they don't have to use their respite funds. We also have implemented this year that if you need to train a new respite provider for your loved one, if there are things they need to learn, that we actually will pay for 3 hours of training that the caregiver gives the respite provider, which we've heard is a need. And then that doesn't have to come out of their respite money either. So it kind of saves that. It's a really great addition. During the pandemic, we started giving the protective gear. And so we have packets that we send out to people if they want. Contain masks, gloves, antibacterial soap, hand sanitizer, and we send that to them free of charge if they want those to just help or keep on hand for themselves to work with or for their respite provider. And we are also offering, which we did in our last grant, we just started it, but now we're continuing to offer special products that you can get that help you get respite without having to leave your house. Right. So that say you're really, really busy and you need to do things at home, but your kids are really bothering you, or you just have to do things. So this helps keep them busy so you can do what you need to do. And we're going to talk about that later.
Yeah. Vicki, those are some of the greatest improvements. I just think everything you've talked about and it not coming out of the actual respite dollars is fabulous, just marvelous. Okay, folks, we have a whole lot more to talk about. We want to tell you how to get eligible for that respite, what you can get, how you can use it, and how you can reach out. We have so much more to tell you about, so don't go anywhere. Stay with us.
I think the most pleasant surprise when we turned 65 and signed up for Medicare Part B was finding out about our Welcome to Medicare preventive visit.
It was free, and it gave us the opportunity to visit with our doctors and establish a plan for our health going forward.
They reviewed our medical history, measured our height, weight, blood pressure, and counseled us on other risk factors.
To learn more about Medicare's free or low-cost preventive and wellness benefits, call your local SHIP counselor at 800-551-3191. I mentioned it's free, right?
Twice.
Elder abuse is a growing problem, and it's happening right here in our Montana communities. At least 1 in 10 older adults are victims of physical or emotional abuse, financial exploitation, or neglect. To get help or report elder abuse, call your local area agency on aging or Adult Protective Services at 1-844-277-9300.
I was the last guy you'd expect to get diabetes. I was a competitive runner and I always took care of myself. So when I was diagnosed, it kind of threw me. But it's really encouraging to know I'm not alone with it. There are a lot of other people going through the same things as I am. It takes some effort. You have to keep after it. Exercise, meds, and diet are the key. But there are a lot of folks who want me to succeed. Diabetes is not the end of the world. With effort and attitude, you can have a normal life.
Flight 109, is that Evel Knievel on the runway?
Whoa, Daredevil. You need a Montana Real ID to fly. Go to mtrealid.gov to make an appointment.
Looks easier than jumping a canyon.
Smile. I see you changed your name from Robert to Evil. Did you bring your name change documentation?
I'm not trying to pull a stunt. Got the paperwork right there.
Go to mtrealid.gov.
Now I can fly. It's that easy.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Aging Horizons. We're talking about lifespan respite today, and we have with us the lifespan respite program director, Vicki Clear. Vicki, welcome back.
Okay.
It's good to have you, yeah. So let's, in our first segment we were talking about, first of all, congratulations on the program evolving, because one of the things I heard you say that really made me feel great was that you hear people need this, that, or the other, and then you try to incorporate it into your benefits if you can. And so, congratulations, that's wonderful. And there's some more new things sort of either here or coming. Let's talk about those.
Well, we do have some new things coming in the next couple of years, an online support group kind of thing, community, where people can talk to each other and there's a moderator. And we have some mini grants we're going to open up to the communities to provide something new and different to promote respite. And we do have some powerful tools for caregiver retreats going on right now that caregivers, in fact, the one in Miles City is happening today, where they can go and they do a variety of things. It's pretty exciting too. So those are other new things besides the products that we offer.
Well, and let me just quickly interject that we really love the powerful tools, don't we, for caregivers?
Yes, we do.
It's
amazing.
And we would want anyone who is interested to check it out, because it is a really great program.
It is. It just helps the caregiver so much to learn how to be a caregiver,
right,
and handle all the things that come up,
right.
So it's really good.
Okay, so sorry interrupted you. Let's talk about this other stuff, because it sounds like it's fun.
Well, it's been fun doing these products because you never know what's going to work.
Yeah.
We've got robotic pets. In fact, I have a dog in my office that I carry around every now and then and am act crazy with, but it's fun. And we've done a lot of weighted blankets. In fact, it's kind of interesting that a girl I work with got a weighted blanket, and she said if she uses it, she doesn't snore.
Hey, I have several, and I love mine, and they are so good for anxiety or just distress of any sort. So great idea.
Yeah, I had a grandmother that has 3 kids, 3 girls, and they all got weighted blankets, and they're required to read. And so they will put that on while they read or when they're having story time. bedtime. They just love it. And so that's really popular.
Yep, it's like a big hug.
Yep. Yeah, it's great. The one I really want to talk about a little bit, and we have some pictures that we'll show, is a family. She has, I think, 3 or 4 kids, and a couple of them are pretty high energy, I should say, risk takers, and they kind of like to jump and tumble off the couch. And of course, they got some bruises and some, bumps and whatever. So she came up with these fort blocks that she really wanted to get, and they were new. So at the time, we got them for a really good price, and now they're quite a bit more. But it was really, and people weren't sure it was the right thing to give her a break, but she did get them, and you put them together in different shapes, so you can do all kinds of stuff. And a really good thing about it is all the kids love them, so they work together, not fighting. They just they're designing all of these great shapes and things that they can do. Keeps them occupied for hours. So Mom said she can do her laundry, fill out paperwork, make appointments, do virtual appointments, all without the kids needing her attention. And so she loved it. And they're made of memory foam, and they have leather-like covers, so they're really, really good, sturdy. They don't rip or tear. They're durable. You can spill on them, just wipe them up. And the zippers and magnets are really heavy duty. So it's a really good item, and it just saves her lots of time. And I've seen the kids. One of the children has autism, and then there's a couple littler ones, and they just like to have fun together. So it's perfect. Yeah. It just makes them, they do all. You can see they made a house, they made a little bed. They just kind of have a lot of fun with it. So that's one of my favorite stories about that. Just an awesome, great item. We did get a robotic pet for some kids, and they thought they had a new friend. And so they've just had a really good time playing with that, too. So just so many different things. There's busy boards. And for elderly folks, they have like these blankets that have different textures, like the Alzheimer's people like different textures on their blankets, and so they can just have that on their lap, and it keeps them busy. Or it has little items that they like, buckles and ties and just different things that kind of keep them busy, so the caregiver can do what they need to do.
Yeah. Vicki, I'm just so heartened by all of that conversation, because clearly you are not being kept in a box on this. You are looking to see what you can do that individual needs, not what a whole group of people need. And that's so important to that self-care, because you do feel like, gosh, I wish somebody understood me. and look how happy you've made that family. That is just awesome. Well, and we have a whole lot more to talk about with Respite. We're going to be talking about a pilot project coming up. We'll be sure and let you know how to get a hold of Vicki or her staff to be able to find out about Respite. So don't go anywhere. We don't want you to miss any of the information that is all about you for once. You caretakers, all about you and self-care.
Every 65 seconds, someone is affected with Alzheimer's or other dementias. Many become isolated at a time when help is most needed. If you or someone you love is affected, help is available, both for people with memory loss and their caregivers. Memory loss can feel frightening, but you are not alone. Call the free 24/7 Alzheimer's Association helpline, 800-272-3900, for guidance and support.
This is Bill. He just received his new Medicare card and is following some simple rules to protect himself from fraud. He knows to never give out his Medicare, Social Security, or bank number over the phone. And this is Nancy. She knows that to detect any problems, she always reads her Medicare summary notice or Medicare Advantage EOB to make sure the billing is correct. Both Bill and Nancy know that anything suspicious can be reported to Montana SMP at 1-800-551-3191.
45 years, 2 packs a day. It's like $80,000. I thought I was just hurting myself until I fell asleep in a chair with a cigarette. The whole house went up. I lost it all. I knew smoking was expensive, but I never thought it would cost me everything.
The human heart. Even at its strongest, it's a fragile muscle. Chest and arm pain, shortness of breath, are signs of a heart under attack. But 3 numbers can save a life. Dial 911 at the first sign of a heart attack. Quick response from medical experts can save your life.
I was 45 and it happened to me, a heart attack.
Dialing 911 saved Ryan's life. Now he's here and he's healthy.
This message sponsored by Mission Lifeline Montana.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Aging Horizons. We're here with Vicki Clear today, talking about lifespan respite. Hi Vicki, good to have you.
It's been fun so far.
Yeah, well, and you know, I'm just very impressed with all these things, and so glad to hear this program is just, it sounds like it's growing by leaps and bounds, so that makes me really happy. And with that, you have a pilot project training coming up, maybe.
Well, we do. We actually Deep applied for this, but it goes perfectly with our coalition ideas. And it is it's about recruiting and maintaining respite providers and then training them into the basic core competencies. So it's actually free for anyone that wants to take it. And it's through the Wisconsin Lifespan Respite. They created this program and now they're sharing it, and it's amazing. I didn't even realize how amazing it was, so I started actually looking at it myself. And some of it is geared for Montana. I've put in the abuse and neglect stuff for Montana and the lifespan stuff, and so some of it's specifically Montana. But it's 10 courses, and they're each of varying lengths of time. You take a pre-test and a later test to see how much you gain. It hits all of the topic. It covers cultural diversity. It covers HIPAA laws. It covers communication, abuse and neglect. It covers just how to be a respite provider. Mm-hmm. It even gets into activities you can do towards the end. It's really amazing. And so we're trying to get people to incorporate this into their respite training or into their training. We're doing it here at Deep. Our people are going to take it. It takes maybe 7 hours total for the 10. And at the end of the 10 courses, you get a certificate. Wow. And so it's we'll put the site up there, how to get to that.
Sure, we can do that up on the screen.
And if you want more information or you want pamphlets on it, definitely you can call me. And my my cell phone, the direct line, is 406-851-5321. And that way, if I'm not available, you can leave a message. It's right there. I very often look at that, get back to people. I would love to talk about this training to anyone. It's an awesome training. And it fits with ours because we are recruiting respite providers to be on our database. That people that can't find a provider can actually go and look and find an individual that's interested in providing respite and hire them. So it helps people get a job. It helps, maybe it's going to be their life job. It helps people that are looking for a provider to find one. It just fits so perfectly with everything we do. Well, and we're really excited about it. So.
Yeah, and I think, especially with a job as difficult as caregiving can be, you got to have training. You have to be able to, what I always call tricks in my bag, so that I can, navigate through life or through situations like that are stressful. So, and is this a virtual training? Will it be online?
It's online. Everything is online. You go in, you sign up, you take it at your own leisure, and you go through it. It's really good. You might see my face on some of the videos, unfortunately. Anyway, but it's online, so you can do it whenever you want. I mean, it's great. I mean, you can do it in the middle of the night if you want. But and caregivers could take it too. But respite providers really can learn a lot and gain a lot of knowledge. And it looks good on your resume to have this certificate because it actually meets the professional core competencies, the requirements. And so it's really good.
Yeah. And I think
I just can't say enough.
And I think one thing that's going to be interesting for me to see is if it affects burnout for people at all, because I know you hear about that all the time. And, I always think the more information you have, the less anxiety and stress you're going to be dealing with. So let's just use this last couple of minutes, though, Vicki, to talk again about just how do people get a hold of you? What's should they just give you a jingle, leave a message if you're not there? What kind of information do you need up front? Just so that before we let folks get off onto their day, they know what they need to do.
Yep. Yeah, anyone can just call me. I can give them some information over the phone. I can mail out an application to them. We do have a website that you can download the application if you want. And
okay, we're going to put that website up.
Put it up?
Yep,
Good.
Put it up on the screen.
Awesome. And that does you can access the trainings from there too. That's going to be on there eventually. And so and you can get your application to become a respite provider. Those are all the ways. You can email me or even text me on my phone number too. Any of those things work. I love to talk to people, so I love hearing the stories. It's just amazing. The job is just awesome. I have a whole board over here on the wall of notes and thank yous and letters and just stories from people, and it reminds me every day why I come to work.
Well, and you help bring hope for folks through this program, and I think that's just an enormously wonderful piece of this puzzle because, as you well know, it can be hard to ask, it can be hard to reach out, and it can be hard not to feel guilty when you shouldn't at all feel guilty because taking care of you is going to help you take care of that other person. So, Vicki, it has been wonderful having you today, and I sure hope you'll come back. And I think I might take a look at that training myself because that sounds fun. Well, thanks for being with us. And folks,
thank you.
Remember, self-care is necessary for all of us to keep moving forward, keep our energy up, keep our positive attitude, etc. For Aging Horizons, I'm Kimmy Everman. Thanks for being with us.
Special thanks to the Department of Public Health and Human Services for their continued support. Hosts on Aging Horizons are program specialists at the Montana Office on Aging. Production facilities provided by Video Express Productions. For more information about Aging Horizons, call the Department of Public Health and Human Services toll-free at 800-332-2272.